the special prosecutor, Robert Mueller, has come out and said he's pulling Manafort's plea deal. And everybody's speculating about what this means, but one of the things, and The Guardian came out this morning with an article suggesting that in March of 2016, Paul Manafort, I believe it was March of 2016, that Paul Manafort actually met with Julian Assange. And the WikiLeaks Twitter account this morning said, we'll bet $1 million that never happened. Well, they might not have met in person. I mean, maybe they talked over the phone, maybe they talked through an intermediary, or maybe they didn't have any communication at all. But the very specific kind of timeline that seems to be erupting is showing, okay, on February 29th, this is back in 2016. Okay, Donald Trump looks like he's, he's moving forward. And Paul Manafort sends Trump a written pitch to make me your campaign manager. I will not even take a salary. And of course, free is Donald Trump's favorite word. And so, he hired them. And there was a recommendation from Roger Stone. The week later, a week after that, this is, I'm getting this off Daily Kos from a piece Mark Sumner wrote. A week after that, Sam Clovis, who seems to have some associations with some Russians, told the Trump team that good U.S.-Russian relations were the goal of the campaign. A week after that, Papadopoulos, who had been in that meeting and heard that speech, met with this professor in London who claimed to have Russian connections. That was all just in March of 2016. But then later on that month, it appears that, well, this is what Mark Sumner is writing. Russians began a dedicated attempt to hack the emails of more than 300 employees of the DNC, DCCC, and Clinton campaigns using two large teams of specialists. At the end of the month, two things happened. Trump met with his campaign team where Papadopoulos discussed Russian help, and Paul Manafort was hired by the Trump campaign. And so then he notes, if Paul Manafort was meeting with Assange in March of 2016, it shows that every part of the Russia plan, from stealing the Democratic emails to distributing them through WikiLeaks, was actually planned in advance, and that the campaign chair, Paul Manafort, was at the center of that. Now, if Manafort has been lying to Mueller all this time and thinking that he's getting away with it, this brings up the possibility of a whole new fascinating feedback loop, and that is that Manafort might have been Trump's eyes and ears inside the Mueller investigation. He was the guy who could spy on the investigation on behalf of Donald Trump. And so Mueller knew this. I mean, this is just speculative, but if this scenario is true, Mueller knew this and was feeding misinformation to Manafort about what he knew and what he was doing. Manafort then feeds that misinformation through his lawyers to Donald Trump. And maybe we've got, Hitchcock involved in this now, too, or whatever his name is, the new Attorney General. Whitaker, that's right. Involved in all this. And so then Trump fills out the written answers to Mueller's questions, and he fills them out with the lies that he thinks back up Manafort's lies. And now Mueller is coming out after he's gotten this written stuff from Trump and says, Manafort's lying.